Okay, what is up guys? Alright, so this video is going to be a little bit different than my normal videos. My normal videos are lighthearted and funny, and this is not really going to be that. For those of you who are looking for that, come back next week. It'll be funny again, kind of. The next month is going to be kind of creepy toned, but this is the start of it. It's October, get in the mood. If you're against it, come on, it's Halloween. It's been Halloween for like 5 days now. For those of you who don't know, I'm very into creepy things. I'm very into like the darker things that the world has to offer because I find them interesting and intriguing. Now, this creepy stuff, I have kind of a core group of friends that I enjoy a lot of creepy things with. That would be Drew, Shelby, and Ricky. We all watch a lot of creepy things together. We're constantly watching Shane Dawson conspiracy videos or random found footage videos on YouTube or random conspiracy theory videos. There's a lot of things that interest us. And so the other night we were hanging out and I had, like, the past couple days seen this trending video about this girl who got kidnapped, and I've heard mention of it, but I hadn't actually, like, sat down and watched it. And so we're hanging out having this creepy night, and Shelby says something to the effect of, "Oh my gosh, like, have you guys seen this kidnapping video? It's so crazy, plus she just uploaded a video showing off gifts that her kidnapper sent her." So I was like, that sounds really cool, cooler than what anybody else hyped it up to be, so yeah, let's watch it. And so we went and we watched the whole video, not the first video, but the second one, the one where she talked about her gifts. I still hadn't seen the first one at the time. We watched it, and she was like showing all these things, these packages, and for those of you who don't know and need the background story, highly recommend you go watch the video. Both are super entertaining, both are great. She's got a great camera personality. By the way, her name's Natalia Taylor. Great camera personality, great freaking, you know, it's an interesting story. It's so cool. Not cool that it happened, but like, it's a good story. Like, it's, you know when you're trying to say something but the words just don't come out? That's what's happening. So I highly recommend go watching it if you don't know what I'm talking about and then coming back, because this video is going to revolve around me analyzing the presents that he sent her. Alright, so one of the first things I noticed when she was telling the story, she gets to a point where Rod, her captor, had taken her to a church, and he pointed at a stained glass window and said, "This dove is you." The way I kind of looked into it is she kind of touched on it, the fact that love and peace have to do with doves in a religious sense, but I also kind of took a sort of messenger aspect from it, because if you read Genesis, God uses a dove to talk to Noah and send the message, so it could be that he thinks she has some kind of message that he needs to get across. So I believe that he sees her as some kind of message between heaven and humanity. From first glance, this sounds like a bunch of gibberish. There's a picture of a horse and some weird phrasing, but I'm going to explain a lot of it. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, the horse pictured, number 6, is a horse by the name of Oxbow. He's an American thoroughbred horse. This horse is best known for winning the second jewel in the United States Triple Crown, which is what second jewel crown means. Then in 2013, he won the Preakness Stakes. So that. I actually don't know this off the top of my head, obviously, because I'm not into horse racing. But I went to the Wikipedia page, and as I was scrolling down the side, I kind of noticed that there was a record that was 13:3-2-1. Looking at it, I kind of thought to myself, wow, that kind of looks like it could potentially be a Bible verse. This is kind of a stretch, but I Googled that with the word Bible, and what came up is kind of weird, because it kind of relates back to the story of what he went on about. There's the Holy Spirit comes at Pentecost, but the one that really caught my attention was the one Jesus being taken up into heaven. Both kind of relate to the things he believed. Weird, if it is a coincidence. If not, what the fuck? Forward to the video where she is showing packages that she has received. One thing she keeps pulling out is health-related items, whether it be vitamins, or I think there was a, like, packet of that like vitamin C stuff you get when you're sick. I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head. I think this has to do with the whole like dove thing and the whole her being a messenger and being important to his like ultimate mission. He's just trying to keep her healthy. He's just trying to keep her like at top performance because he realizes he's not there to actually step in and help, so he's doing what he thinks he can to help keep her like healthy from a distance. The next thing was really fun to like unravel, sort of, because it was really like vague and weird. Okay, it said High Wheeler Whistle Hat, and it was on the back of a postcard for Stetson University. And this is where it gets so cool. Natalia mentions early on that her captor was really into bicycles, and a high wheeler is a, if you Google high wheeler, what comes up is a penny farthing, which is one of those bicycles with a big wheel right here and then a smaller wheel right here. He was kind of obsessed with bicycles, so that kind of goes in line with that. Stetson University, the school that's pictured on the front, their mascot is the Hatters. Hatters, hat, that kind of thing. I kind of believe that the whistle has to do with like fans maybe, or something else. When you're like at a game, there's like whistles going off and things like that, like noisemakers, all kinds of stuff. Another thing that's really weird is throughout all the videos she keeps mentioning that he's sending her stuff that is all themed green. One thing that stood out to me is Stetson's university color is green. Okay, the watering can that she sent, she thinks is hilarious. It is pretty funny because it's literally a children's toy. But I think it just represents growth again and like staying healthy, kind of like watering like herself. I don't know, I think it was like very much like a metaphor kind of thing. He also sent a Christmas card that was like a Christmas tree. I'm gonna put up a picture. It was a Christmas tree with a bunch of stuff, and each of the like ornaments was pictures he had taken in the shop. This one was really fun to analyze because it was a lot of like context clues and like reading into all these different images. As for this like weird tree thing, there are a couple that I'm not really sure what to take. That would be the letters, the numbers. I assume it has something to do with like when she was younger. Maybe there's something else that has like some kind of underlying thing that he thinks is significant. Granted, again, I've never talked to Natalia. I don't know anything about her. I don't know anything about her childhood, obviously, so I know as much as you do, so I don't know what the numbers or the letters mean. As for the Mickey Mouse holding Taylor, I think that just has to do with the last name. Pretty simple. The Scooby-Doo DVD, she mentioned that her captor loved Scooby-Doo, and that she loved Scooby-Doo, and it was her favorite, which, props to you, I have a Scooby-Doo blanket right there, and a Scooby-Doo figure in my closet. But besides the fact, because some kind of pleasant memory with that also might be a hint at like mysteries and like things to come. One thing that she brushes off as religious symbolism, this is just like an alternative theory to the buffalo and the lamb. See, I wouldn't have thought twice about it just looking at it, but the fact that I heard you say buffalo and lamb, it got me thinking, and it being like Halloween season and all that, I thought about the movie Silence of the Lamb. Okay, so Silence of the Lambs is a horror movie. It's actually a phenomenal movie. It's super creepy, super good, and like very much a psychological thriller. It's actually what introduced me to psychological thrillers. Super good. There is a serial killer in that movie. There are multiples, but one that like they're like trying to catch the entire movie and like solving all these mysteries to catch is Buffalo Bill. So the buffalo and the lamb really freaked me out. But yeah, so you can draw that conclusion, or you can draw any other conclusion that you like. Now as for the lock, see, there could be significance here. I don't know it. He might have just chose it because it looked kind of like a Christmas tree ornament. As for the Christmas with the Cranks DVD, I think that he probably is just thinking about Christmas. Maybe he thought that Cranks related to the like idea of the relationship and where he left it. Honestly, with his mind, he might just think y'all are cranky or something. The Christmas house may be like in his head what he wants, what he strives for, some kind of like happy toned house, or it could be representative of a place that he saw and he sees an allusion to it in that. It could even be the building having like a steeple and things like that. He could be relating it to a church. I don't know what the church that you saw looked like. Maybe they're of similar shape or something like that. But again, that's just me drawing random conclusions. Not super sure, but I think this one is super interesting with all the imagery. You get to really see like where his mind is pulling things from. And then inside the card there was it was either inside the card or on the back. There is a drafting compass. It's like a toy compass piece which is like a map maker tool to like help you locate things, which kind of was off-putting because it got me thinking, like, what if he's looking and like trying to like locate Natalia, which is super creepy. So that one was kind of off-putting and kind of made me a little bit nervous. But I mean, honestly, in the state that his mind is in and in everything else, it would take a lot, especially with all the attention this video is getting and things like that, it would take a lot for him to be able to find her and like get his head in the right space to where he could travel like such a long distance and things like that. So I mean, honestly, like, although it's scary and like has like intentions behind it, it's not too like worrisome. In my opinion, anything's possible, but you know. I feel like I should have done this whole video as a Spencer Reid impression, just like thrown on a freaking tie and a shirt and been like, the unsub we're looking for is a man in his mid to late 40s. Alright, well I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys found it as interesting as I do. I know it's kind of creepy, kind of like not my normal cup of tea, but yeah. That is what I believe some of these packages mean. Now, I'm not saying by any means that I'm 100% right, because I am not in the same mindset. I do not have the same history as this man, and I have no idea for sure why he is doing the things and sending the things he is, but these are my conclusions, my guesses, if you will. So yeah, if you guys have a different idea or something along those lines, make sure to comment them below and let me know. Let's get a conversation started. Let's see what kind of conclusions we can all come to. So yeah, if you like this video, if you agree with anything I said, if you like think it was just cool and you're excited for more creepy videos this month, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and tune in next week to see one of my ghost stories. I'm gonna tell 3 that have happened to me personally this whole month. And yeah, so see you guys next week. Make sure to subscribe if you aren't already, because I don't want you to miss it.